What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Behind the Grind TV. Today, we are finally taking a look at Warhammer 40k Darktide, which released on PS5 earlier this month for the first time. To be specific, Darktide was already available on PC and Xbox prior to the December 3rd release, but now PS5 players have had the chance to experience the game, myself included. While not a perfect game, it's been really damn fun, and I honestly been addicted to it since I first got my hands on the game. So, what do I think of Darktide overall? Before we begin, I want to ask you to please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel with the bell notifications on. We finally hit 100 subscribers, and I want to thank all of you, as you guys make this possible. Of all the content readily available on the internet, it really makes me happy knowing that you have taken the time to listen to me and to watch my content, so thank you. I appreciate your support, and without further ado, let's eradicate the forces of Nurgle in this installment of Warhammer 40k. So Warhammer 40k Darktide is a 4-player co-op horde shooter that places players into a world that is being consumed by the treachery and decay of the chaos forces of Nurgle. You and 3 other players form a ragtag team of rejects employed by the Imperium of Man to fight on their behalf as penance for your previous crimes. Structurally, players congregate in the social hub aboard the Morning Star, an Imperial warship from where players will find most of the content in the game. The Morning Star offers an array of different locations related to player customization, weapon refinement, and even a weekly challenge board. First off, we have the Armory Exchange, which happens to be your basic shop when it comes to obtaining new weapons, and if you can't find what you're looking for, you can always request something more akin to your taste for an extra fee. Sire Melk's Requisitorium is where the player will find all the weekly challenges currently available, whether it be collecting a certain amount of plasteel or killing enemies with melee weapons. Upon completion of a weekly challenge at the Requisitorium, players are awarded with a special currency with a bonus if you complete all of the weekly challenges. The best part is, you can then use this special currency to purchase exclusive high-tier weaponry. Now, I know it can be tiring to some when it comes to FOMO in relation to weekly challenges, but even if you don't participate in these, you'll still be fine with most of the equipment readily available by other means. To end it off, we also have the Penance board, where players can go cash in completed challenges for extra rewards, which uses a Battle Pass system. We have a shop for player cosmetics and armor sets that you can buy in exchange for earned in-game currency, and the obligatory microtransactions post, which is honestly kinda mid, and I haven't really found anything that appeals to my eye when it comes to microtransactions. And to round this all off, we even have a hub where you can refine your weapons. If you've ever played an action RPG like Diablo, this will feel pretty similar to what you're used to. You can swap out stats and even upgrade your weapon's rarity level to bring it up to the most powerful build possible. And last but not least, we finally have the bread and butter of this game: the Mission Select Terminal and the subsequent missions you'll be playing through with your buddies. The way the terminal works is you pick a mission to play and you will queue up with other players. Missions will rotate frequently with varying levels of difficulty, and you even get a bonus on mission rewards when you select the quick play option. So, here we have it, fellas, the gameplay. Darktide, as mentioned before, is a horde shooter, so you and your team will fight swarms of hundreds of enemies at a time. The goal is to advance through the level with a goal to complete, later being able to extract and complete the mission. Players have 4 classes to choose from: Psyker, Ogryn, Zealot, and my main class, Veteran. Each class has variety in gameplay, whether it be heavy weapons and destructive close combat, or a scout that picks off most enemies at range. I personally consider Veteran to be the best class for beginners, as it's not too complicated and is the most versatile in my opinion. You have a pretty sizable amount of weapons to choose from, however, you're limited to 1 ranged and 1 melee option. When it comes to my loadout, I love running around with the bolt gun and the chainsword, as it just makes me feel like a destructive badass. So, running through the missions, I can say that for gameplay offered, Darktide is well worth your money. My personal favorite Chaos God is the diseased Grandfather Nurgle, unironically, so when it comes to mowing down hordes of Poxwalkers, I have a great time. Playing Darktide has been such a breath of fresh air. I mean, you work as a team to fend off swarms of enemies, and there's a goal to be accomplished, and the best part is that the story really takes a back seat here. It's not the main focus, which is what you should expect in a game like this. Sure, there's lore and story bits here and there, but the gameplay is front and center, and let me tell you, it's super addictive. With all that being said though, I do have some minor negatives with the game, with one of those being the technical performance. While not a huge issue overall, some frame drops and the occasional textures popping in and out are present, but if you can overlook those things, I'd say go buy Darktide right now. It certainly will not disappoint. My first Warhammer 40k game was Space Marine 2, and if you're just like me, being a relatively new fan of the series, Darktide will fill that void that at times feels missing from playing Space Marine 2. Not only that, but you're also not damn near invincible in this game, as you don't play as an Astartes, rather a squishy little peasant that gets raw-dogged by the smallest swarm of poxwalkers. So as we come to a close, Warhammer 40k Darktide is a brutal co-op game that you and your friends will certainly enjoy, and there's a lot to mess around with here and play, so it's gonna get my personal seal of approval. If you've played the game, what did you think of it? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. Thank you so much for watching and for all the support here on the channel. This has been Behind the Grind, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!